All right, everybody. This is the Jeep Life podcast.
Take two.
Yes. This is the live portion, so we're waiting for people to join us. I love it. We have Justin Murray on from Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion. And
Yeah, thanks for having me.
good to have you here.
I'm glad we got all the technical mysteries solved.
Until people on the other end can hear all three of us, we haven't solved it yet.
Got it.
But I think I feel good about. Yes. All right. Success.
We checked on
Bill
it.
just confirmed.
So we also watch the live and delay on our computers for the commentary and anything else.
And I think you left your volume up.
No, I didn't.
No?
Mm-mm.
All right, good. There's Troy. What's up, Danny? Yeah, Troy, it worked. The computer needed a time off, a break.
Yep.
Troy's an East Tennessee boy.
Nice. Go Balls.
Matter of fact, I think he lived in Maryville and then lived in Greenville.
Okay.
Who?
Troy.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't even pronounce the names correctly.
Well, his isn't Palicki. It looks like Palicki, but it's not.
Politsky.
Paliski.
Yeah.
In Newmarket.
I knew there was
Troy,
a ski in it.
Troy lived in Newmarket. Oh, yeah, Danny. 30 days. 30
That's
days.
right. That's
Yep.
right.
Oh, I posted that today.
Yeah, I saw.
We booked our
Yeah.
Airbnb last night.
Nice.
So we are coming down to the show. Myself and a couple of other people I will be traveling with.
Yep.
There is quite a group has started.
Oh, has it?
Oh, yeah.
And there's some rigs in that group, too.
Uh-huh. I'm going with the small tires.
At 40s.
40s. Yeah, everyone else has like 42s and 43s.
So, Billy, have you been to the show before?
Yes, I was there last year, and my jaw was on the ground the entire time.
Nice. Yeah. That's what I want to hear.
It was like run super well.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk more about this, our experiences last year there and everything in the actual episode. But like, just getting in, I actually found I saw the giant line, and then I was like, oh, you can go over here. So it was super easy for me to get in.
Good.
But I mean, talking to Dave and everybody that was vendors,
Yep.
they said everything went super smoothly.
Yeah.
Access to the show was easy. Parking was great. So
Yeah, I didn't get to see the show and shine as I was working.
yeah,
But
I did get up there, and that's quite a show.
yeah.
I mean, everything too, mild to wild,
Everything.
and every year mild to wild.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I was quite impressed.
Well, thank you.
All right, I know tonight our live audience will be a little bit smaller, but if everybody go out there and share it out, get it out there, get a few more people on here for some good questions if we have the opportunity, that would be great. So we'll give everybody a couple minutes to share that out. Yeah, I have a guy I worked with a couple years ago. I actually worked with him for like 6 years, and his name is Justin Murray.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, if you'll just send me his address, I'll take care of him and make sure there's only one.
I like that. Nah, Jay Murr is a good dude.
Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. Just break some hands or something. Oh, Oh, look at there. We have some newcomers. There's Jason. What's up, Jason? And Dave Gerard, the man. Excellent. Thanks for joining us, guys. I think it's time to kick this show off. I'm going to hit the button and roll from there. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Jeep Life Podcast. We're that podcast where we celebrate that Jeep life, and we are proudly presented by Armalite, the toughest flooring on the trail. They are the title sponsor and the coolest stuff you can throw in your Jeep. I'm Jeep and Terry, and I'm joined, as always, by my great co-host, Breaky Bill. How's it going, man?
What's going on? I am tired.
You look tired. Dude, I know when I left here last night after all of our technical snafus.
So I've been going like nonstop from like 3 weeks ago.
It's that time of year. I mean,
It's
showtime.
It's showtime, baby.
Yeah, and I appreciate everybody hanging out with us and coming back tonight.
Yeah.
Because we had gremlins everywhere last night, and
Technical difficulties.
what's really cool is we are joined not in the studio. I threatened to fly him up here and have him join us, but
We're not that mean.
We're not that mean. But we are joined by Justin Murray. He's the guy who runs the Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion.
That is a tall task.
Oh, no doubt. Justin, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show.
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was great, and I appreciate your patience through 24 hours of torturous
24 hours of hell and back.
Right. We should have filmed that. We could have made lots of money.
Nobody wants to watch us do that.
They do. They come on the show and watch. I've got proof right here on my screen.
No, they come on the show and laugh.
No, that's true.
They're like, look at those two monkeys.
I love it. I love that they do. And it's a good time. So we both were in Wildwood.
Yeah, which was, as always, New Jersey Jeep Invasion on the beach in Wildwood, New Jersey. That is a fun.
Try that now. Bear with me. Okay.
There we are. All right, let me see if somebody tell me if we're back. Because some people lost us, or everybody lost us. Somebody in the comments say, hey, I hit the resume button, which should put us back. We've been back for a minute, it says up here at the top.
Yeah, we're live again.
All right, great. Perfect.
All right, then. So two things that lifeguards hate the most.
And that is sand, obviously.
Obviously sand, because we have to pick it out of everywhere.
Right.
And getting wet.
Literally, that's the job, is to be on sand.
Right, but then after
wet.
you get wet, you have to sit on that stand wet and dry everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And salt water doesn't dry the same way.
So to call back to a few episodes ago,
Yeah.
as I said, I always carry an extra pair of underwear in my Jeep because I got called out on that by one of our listeners. That's where that really stems from, is that I always carried two bathing suits.
Oh, yeah, right.
Because you change out to the dry one once you got back on a stand.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's it.
But
that
yeah.
makes sense.
So now I used to watch the water, now I watch the Jeeps.
Yeah.
So much better.
So, yeah, it being on the beach is great because it's a different vibe.
It really is.
And it really, I I can't explain it. It's very cool. You park 2,000 Jeeps on a beach.
2,500
2,500 Jeeps on a beach.
on a beach.
And it's just all Jeeps all the time
Mm-hmm.
on the beach.
Mm-hmm. And then you like pull off the beach, and it's just Jeeps all the time. Like the entire town is invaded.
It clearly. That's
Yep.
why you call it invasion.
Yep.
Yeah, it seems to be a theme.
Uh-huh. And then you had a great turnout. You were hanging out with Dirty Dogs
I was.
off-road.
Dirty Dog 4x4. And tons of listeners came up and we grabbed selfies together and sold a ton of Dirty Dog 4x4, showed off the Jeep and everything on it. But it was funny because I went down to help Jamie out,
Mm-hmm.
and I got on and I helped put all the vendors on and doing all
Yeah.
that stuff the day before. And somebody asked me, "Hey, where's Billy going to be?" I know he's with the Philly Auto Show,
Don't know.
but I have no idea where they're going to be. They haven't gotten here yet, so I don't know where they're going to be parked.
Mm-hmm.
And I get Friday morning at 7 o'clock,
And I roll in.
and our Jeeps are 20 feet apart from each other.
Yep.
It's like every year that we've ever gone,
Yep.
it's been 20 feet away from each other in the same booth.
Yeah.
But now we're,
2 different booths.
yeah.
So I took Big Red down there, showed him off.
Yeah,
And yeah.
That was cool, the Philly Auto Show.
Yeah.
That was what, Custom Alley?
Custom Alley and the Philly Auto Show. So this year they are working on a lot of new things.
Yep.
And in part of that, we are actually going to have Hector, the coordinator of the Philly Auto Show custom side,
Yep.
on the podcast.
He'll be
And-
on the show.
Yep, and he's going to be telling us all about what the Philly Auto Show is going to have in store this year
Yep.
coming up, and some of the maybe secrets
Yeah.
that are going to happen this year.
Well, here's not a secret. The Jeep Life podcast will be covering
Yes,
the
we
whole
will
Philly
be.
Auto Show.
Yep, so we made that arrangement.
Yep.
And we will be covering the Philly Auto Show. We're going to be recording live down there.
Yep.
We're going to have a booth. So come by and
Yeah, it's a huge event, so
Yeah.
make sure to go see them. And then this weekend, you went to another great big show, PA Jeeps All Breeds.
I was down in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, hanging out with Quadratec's tent.
Yep.
They showed up this year with like an immense amount of Jeeps, and I was able to take Reaper down there and show them off, and
Yep.
take people out on rides and help out in the Quadratec booth. Obviously, I kind of work there.
Yep, so it's something you got to
So
do.
kind of had to do it. But yeah, and also got to drive around the JTE all weekend, which
That's
is
pretty cool.
freaking awesome.
I think so much fun.
It is amazing.
Yeah. I mean, people ask me all the time, what about the plug-in hybrid?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Try it out.
Yup.
It's a lot of fun.
It is amazing, and yeah. I mean, the torque on it.
Yeah, instant.
So I was pulling it back on the trailer, and I
Yeah.
tire shined it, and I wasn't trying whatsoever,
Mm.
but it just spun the tires like it was nothing trying to go up the ramp.
Yeah.
And I'm like, didn't need to do that.
No, I love being in electric mode on that thing because it's perfectly silent.
Yep.
I've wheeled that thing on so many different surfaces, and it's great.
The 4XE platform's a little,
Yeah.
it's still up and coming.
Yep, I like it.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. But good to have us back home and out of our little show season.
Yeah.
And I know that Justin's going to really. I know you do one of the best shows in the country. Have you been to other shows this season? Have you gotten out?
Yeah, I've been to some other shows with the Jeep Beach and some other shows. It's kind of my business to go to these other shows, check them out, and see how they do.
Yeah. He wears a little hidden camera in his
Incognito
backpack.
mode.
Yeah,
He wears a big
incognito.
sun hat, sunglasses.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Unrecognizable.
I love it. Dropping little GPS dots here so you can remember. All right, this is
It's funny because I do try to kind of like just keep it kind of on DL, but people will hear my voice. You come across the aisle, I'm like, hey, what's going on, Justin? Good to see you.
That's awesome because that's how we get recognized most of the time is somebody will hear our voice and
Right.
come running.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Oh, I actually was, funny enough, I was at the PA All Breeds, and I started talking to a gentleman, And he was like, I know your voice, but like, and I know he saw Reaper, and he was
Yeah.
like, I know Reaper. And he was like, and I was like, I'm Billy from the Jeep Life podcast. He's like, oh yeah, you're the host. And, I'm like, yep,
Yep.
pleasure to meet you. He's like, I don't watch it. So he just recognized the voice
Yeah.
and he knew the Jeep.
Yep.
But yeah.
Well, because for the longest time we didn't do the video part
Right.
of our show. We just did the audio, and vast majority of our listeners are listeners. They're not
Yeah.
viewers.
Absolutely.
But it is interesting to be out recognized just purely by your voice.
Yeah.
And Justin, you do have a very unique voice. I mean, if you're in Maryville, it's not that unique.
I think that's a compliment.
Absolutely. And we do have a listener question. Charles Phillips wrote in.
Okay.
And this is an interesting, because it's a topic you'd like to hear about. But it was a recall on the 6-speed manual Jeeps that Mopar says parts are unavailable.
Uh-oh.
So he asked, what can I do about it? I'm scared to take my 2019 on any long-distance trip, knowing that the clutch pressure plate might explode.
I say send it. But that's the Breaking Billy
I know,
style.
right? That was when I read this. That was my gut thing. I was like, "Don't hold back." Just
Yeah,
go.
fear will hold you back. Yeah, fear will hold you back for sure.
Yeah, and then you miss out on things, right?
Yes, that's for sure.
It sucks that there's a recall. It sucks that it's hard to get parts, but it's just that way. It just
Yeah.
Justin, give me a call back.
Unknown caller.
There we go.
Okay.
All good.
This is
So it
gonna be
sucks.
the worst editing show ever.
It sucks that there's a recall.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, there's been recalls on airbags, this, that, and the other thing. It's because that there was enough that they had to do it.
Yeah, and in doing some research, I found out there wasn't a lot of it,
Okay.
but it was enough to where they did the recall. They went through the initial parts supply, and now
Yeah.
it's just getting those parts back in. It sucks.
Oh, I know that process.
But just go. And the chances are nothing's going to happen.
And the chances are it leaves you on the side of the road.
Get AAA before you go.
Get the wait 7 days. It takes 7 days for AAA to kick in.
Yeah, so get it before you go.
I learned that the
I
hard
know
way.
you did.
Well, no, I bought it and it was it was like day 6, and the AAA didn't kick in yet. Sorry.
We've used my AAA on your vehicle enough too.
Let's not talk about that.
All right, so Charles, thanks for that. Everybody, send in your listener questions. We're putting together a listener question show coming on after the show season ends, so it'll be a lot of fun. Those can be sent at info@jeeplifepodcast.com.
Or a Facebook page, or Instagram, or anywhere else.
As you might have noticed, what's coming up on this episode, we have Justin Murray from the Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion. We're going to keep him waiting for just a little bit longer.
Yep. Because we have in the news.
I don't know. We're gonna put a jingle in there at some
I
point.
don't know. We have to. Jeep lost the latest Mahindra Roxor lawsuit.
Oh yeah, that was kind of a big deal.
Previously, Roxors weren't allowed to be sold in the United States. Too close to the Jeep IP, intellectual property,
Yep.
and like a CJ clone, which they very much are.
100%.
They're actually slightly modified Jeep tooling.
Yes.
That's where, so Mahindra made Jeeps a very long time ago.
Yep.
And they still had the tooling left over, and they modified it slightly, recreated some of it, and that's how you got the Roxor.
Yeah. There's one not far from here, and it truly has Jeep badging on it and everything.
Maybe.
And I was driveway mechanic Frank. I was driving with him, and I was like, "Oh, cool, Roxor." And he's like, "No, it's a Jeep." I go,
Nope,
"No,
that's a
that's a Roxor." And he says, "But it has Jeep badging." I was look at it a little bit closer.
So I may or may not have heard of some people actually taking a VIN off of a CJ
Yeah.
and putting it on.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Blasphemy.
I may or may not have heard of it. I don't know.
It did eliminate sales in North America altogether, the initial lawsuit.
Yes.
And then Mahindra adjusted to just be an UTV. So those aren't street legal,
Correct.
supposedly.
Correct.
And then they won
Mhm.
this one.
They changed the grill too.
They did. They did.
Yeah.
It actually, they did what Jeep's doing. They made it more renegade looking.
Yeah.
It doesn't
They did
have
that.
any slots anymore.
I think it's horizontal bars now on the
Yeah.
grill.
That's hilarious.
They're really cool, though. I mean, they got little 3-cylinder diesel motors in them,
Yeah.
and they got a lot of torque. And
Yeah.
they.
Our buddy Greg Henderson has one, and
Okay.
he's had his for a few years, and it will tear it up.
Yeah.
I mean, he's driven it from Michigan to Moab.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're decent little vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want one? I don't know. Maybe it'd be fun to tool around on, right?
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I got a neighbor down the street that's got one. He's got army green, olive drab green. It looks good.
Okay.
For me, it would be fun to take and do parades with, and
Yeah.
to take off road.
So I saw when I was last time I was up at AOA, they had a Roxor event
Oh.
going on in the top
Yeah.
section of the campground.
Yeah.
And like they have a lot of modifications out there for them, or guys just make them, or they adapt Jeep parts
Yep.
to it. I mean, one guy I saw had Dana 60s under it and 40s, and he raced King of Hammers.
Wow. Yeah.
Like it was a full Ultra 4 rig.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah,
It was awesome.
and that's I would expect that would be a little cheaper than buying a Jeep and doing that with it.
Yeah, or more expensive, one or the other.
Well, just to get started, if I
Yeah.
wanted to get in and buy a Jeep frame or the Mahindra, you might
Yeah,
come out better buying the
Yep.
Mahindra, right?
yeah.
Interesting. What other news do we have?
Oh, there it is. New Jeep Performance Parts 2-inch lift for Wranglers and Gladiators featuring Bilstein shocks. Each kit contains resized springs, lower control arms, front and rear stabilizer links, front and rear bump stops, and all the requisite fastening hardware.
Oh yeah,
Shipped in the Legacy wooden crate.
yeah.
Not
Yeah.
crate.
I mean, that's the whole reason to buy it.
It's the crate alone.
a Jeep lift,
Yeah.
right? Is for the wooden crate.
For $2,100.
I mean, we got some wooden crates back here behind us.
So they are releasing their new performance 2-inch lift.
So does that mean that they're dropping the Fox in the performance?
So you are completely reading that right.
Right?
There was a contract that
Yeah.
they may or may not have released or not. I don't remember, but Bilstein, Jeep signed a contract with Bilstein.
So does that mean that the upgraded suspensions
Will
in
no
the
longer
production
have
line?
Fox shocks.
Yeah.
Correct.
How about that?
That went through 2 years ago.
It didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now they finally got it up to speed, and they are going with Bilstein. They didn't lose the contract completely, Fox, but the new performance is going Bilstein.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
And that's probably where things would start as add-ons so they could ramp up the production. Yeah. I don't have a dog in that fight. I can't
Nope.
afford a new vehicle, so
You and
I
me
keep-
both, brother.
I keep sinking money into the one I have.
2 that you have.
Oh yeah, don't remind me.
Now you understand.
Yes. Yeah, the pains of you having
Yes.
two, now I have two.
I've had 2 for so long, and it's just...
What do you have, Terry?
I bought my daughter a 2002 TJ, and
Okay.
we're building it. It literally is a miniature version of mine,
Yes, absolutely.
and we've got 33s on it. We've got a new soft top, sold the hard top. You've done some modifications around it. She's doing all the work.
Nice.
Well, except for one bolt on every project.
That I take care of.
I have to drive it over to Billy's house. He takes care of that one bolt,
And
then
then
we
you leave.
And then we leave. And if I only knew when we started the project which bolt it's going to be, I would start over here.
And then just drive home.
But it's fun. She's having a great time with it, and tonight we had a field hockey game, and so I drove separately because I needed to come here, and she pulled in a few minutes after me, and I was like, man, that's a good looking Jeep.
And then you're like, oh, that's my Jeep.
Right? I was like, oh yeah, I own that Jeep. I have to keep reminding her because she.
So she has a TJ, and what do you have?
I've got a 2017 JK.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'll show it to you in Tennessee.
Sweet.
Named
I'll be
Kylo.
looking for it.
It's named Kylo. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, so.
Okay.
You're just a huge nerd.
Yes, I am. Yes, I wear that proudly, actually.
I am too, so there
I know,
you go.
right? All right, so I haven't even updated some of this. You'll have to.
I'll navigate my way through this.
The events.
So we have some events coming up. Obviously, Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion. We'll get to that one.
Yeah.
But August 4th to the 6th is Toledo Jeep Fest in Toledo, Ohio.
Yes.
In Toledo.
Yes.
Toledo Jeep Fest.
Dude, I'm dying to go to that.
I would join you in that.
Maybe next year.
I would definitely join you in that one.
I'll be in Indianapolis during that time.
Okay. Well, maybe next year.
I mean,
Absolutely. September 16th is Jeep Enthusiasts of Eastern Pennsylvania Fall Trail Rides at AOAA.
be there or don't be there.
Yep. Or B Square.
Yep.
We also camp out that entire weekend, so if you want to come hang out with Jeep Life Podcast, come do it.
Such a good time.
Always. October 20th to the 22nd is Myrtle Beach Jeep Jam.
Nice. Yeah, that was a listener sent us an email with that one.
Okay, cool. That's great. We love when you guys send in events because it helps us fill our show.
Yes.
For number one. And number two is it gets your events out to all of our listeners, and maybe there's a listener in the area that doesn't know about that event going on. So it's always good to send them in and let us know.
Yeah, this is where I'm going to ask Justin to dial back in on the eCam. We've got him on the phone.
Got it.
All right, back in beauty. I love it. So this is our main topic, and in the studio online for now, and hopefully he's through the end of the show, is Justin Murray from the Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion. We've heard him all night. Welcome officially back to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Well, so what do you call yourself when you're dealing with the? Are you the organizer? Are you the planner? Are you the president, the CEO, or the Godfather?
Great.
Yeah. President, co-founder. I do have a business partner, Kevin Carlson. We both founded the show.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, when you say founded,
Yeah.
what does founded mean? Because, like, we say we founded a Jeep club, and that means we just went and drank beer together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about the same thing basically.
Okay.
We found a Jeep, we found a parking lot, we found the mountains, and then found the show. So
Perfect. So how did this come about? Did you just say, hey, let's do this thing, or hey, we found a missing, it's missing here in Tennessee. Let's do something.
there was a local club in North Carolina, the Upstate Legends Jeep Club. And they did a bit get together in Townsend, Tennessee. At the time, there was a store called Jeepism. And so our two clubs, the Smoky Mountain Jeep Club and the Upstate Legends Jeep Club, we all met behind Jeepism. And we had about 300 Jeeps there, and it was a blast in the fall. Great weather, so yeah, we thought we really did something really good here. Let's do it again, and just went from there.
Yeah. So why isn't it a fall now? instead of roasting my nuts in August.
To move into the convention center, we had to take the date that was available, and that was what we got. So
I hear you.
it wasn't our decision. We just took what was available and worked with it.
I get you.
We do understand that.
100%.
But I want to point something out. You said convention center.
Yeah.
And that is something that sets this show apart from a lot of other shows.
Yeah.
Is that you are an indoor-outdoor show. So how did that come about? Is that just kind of...
So the second Jeep invasion, we took it to Pigeon Forge, and there's a place called the Island there.
Yeah.
And it's a big shopping center.
Okay.
And that place had sat empty for a long time, and then they were renovating it and was opening shops back up. And they had built another parking lot and said, "Hey, you guys want to come up here and use our parking lot, this new one? We'd love to use it." And so it was August. It was hotter than hell. We're out there outside, like, man, we would really like to have this show inside somewhere. And across the parking lot, about 3,000 parking spots away, the business area. We're sitting there looking at it, like, that's where we need to be.
Yeah.
And so the next year, we just worked a deal out with them
to get in there.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, it's a beautiful facility.
Oh, it's gorgeous inside.
The LeConte Center.
Yeah. I always say it wrong, so I'm not going to butcher it this time.
Did I get it right?
That is correct.
That is correct. The LeConte
Yeah.
Center. Yep.
Named after the famous LeContes from Milwaukee. Few people know this.
Oh.
No, I'm making things up.
I have no idea. You could have kept on going. I would have said yes,
If you go on a trail ride with me, I generally will make make up as I'm going.
The great Saint Pierre.
Right. Yeah. So this is the 11th anniversary, or the 11th year. Is that accurate? Is that the 11th year, or is it like the 11th year and we did it 3 other years somewhere else?
It's the 11th show.
It's the 11th show. It's like in the year 10.75. So it's the 11th
awesome.
basically.
I mean, just to do it twice in a row is a huge feat. To do it 5 times in a row.
Seriously.
Yeah, and then now at 11?
And
Yeah.
year 10, we attended last year.
Yeah, it was great.
It was absolutely amazing the entire time. First off, I love the AC inside. So let's put it that way.
Right.
Because it was so hot outside, go inside, get cooled off, go back outside.
Yeah.
But like, it is like, I was like, okay, New Jersey Jeep Invasion, it's a good show.
Yeah.
It's, there's a lot of Jeeps. Nope. This is true controlled chaos. 40,000 people last year.
Is that right? 40,000?
Yeah, we had 43,000 in attendance.
Oh my God!
They basically invited us over with open arms, and it was a smart move on their part.
Yeah, well, it truly was, and it was one of those things where I think it's awesome, and it's, I can't tell you, it's going there and seeing those Jeeps, and then after the show's over, spending basically 45 minutes to an hour driving around and doing the loops on the parkway. That's a whole new show in itself.
Yeah,
45 minutes, you mean all night long?
Well, it keeps going. I only have the tolerance for it for about 45 minutes to an hour.
I call it the unofficial largest Jeep parade in the world, really.
It really is. That's a good way to put it. Because it's so interesting.
So you say that, and I'm thinking Guinness Book World Record.
Well, Guinness Book wants $20,000 to come out and do all their job to count all the Jeeps. And I was like, yeah, screw that. That sounds a lot.
Well, it sounds like you need some vendor sponsorship for that.
I was going to say we need to pass around the hat.
So we're calling out the vendors this year. Let's get this going.
Let's do it.
There's certain regulations. You got to have like 6 blocks, and there's a lot of rules behind it.
Oh, he's looked into this.
Oh yeah, I've looked into it, and maybe when they open up the Jake Thomas Road that goes up next to the LeConte Center, that can create a big loop. When that opens, man, you're talking about a whole new Pigeon Forge.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They're building 10 hotels right now at Pigeon Forge, and a few of them are going up that road right there, Jake Thomas.
Yeah.
And that road goes up to up to Cal Ripken, and then it's going to go across the mountain into towards Dollywood.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, wow.
I was just there 4 weeks ago now.
Okay.
And I saw the construction.
Yeah.
And it was fun to kind of show off and see everything that was going on. It was a good time. The reason I asked why Pigeon Forge, I mean, it's obviously a huge tourism boon for the city. When I grew up in that area, Pigeon Forge is what you drove through to get to Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
And it kind of started shifting more and more toward that area. But a fraternity brother, David Ware, is the mayor of Pigeon Forge.
Yeah, I know David. Yeah. Great guy.
I've known him for 30 plus years, and really great guy, and the town loves him.
Yeah, he's the manager now of the island.
Yeah,
that's great job over there.
Yeah, it was funny because when I was in town, we were I texted him before I was getting into town because we were going to get together.
Yeah,
and well, he had taken his vacation. Then he must have found out I was coming to town and said, "Hey, that'll be a good time for me to get out of town."
Terry comes to town. I need to leave.
I need to get out of here. So what's new? Oh, go ahead.
David, he presented me an award last year. He gave me my own holiday.
Oh yeah.
That's so cool.
It was because that was funny. I was actually standing in the booth, the Armorlight booth, because my Jeep's always in the Armorlight booth, and that's who brings us down. And all of a sudden, I hear Dave's voice over the PA system, and I start listening. I'm like, this is cool. I know that guy. And then he was like, yeah, for being here and all this, you and your partner.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was your official day in Pigeon.
It's Justin's day.
It's Justin's day.
I like that. I like the sound of that.
Did he give you a key to the city or anything? Did he let you run it for a day?
Did he at least give you a fake one?
I got a plaque, and they know I don't need a key. I got a Jeep, so there's no need for keys.
Speaking of that, tell us about your Jeep.
I currently have a 392. It's a 23.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, got a little bit of a lift on it, a little 2-inch lift. Rock slide engineering steps, Warren winch.
Because
it's simple. Yeah, I didn't want to go crazy with it.
You bought a 392.
There's not a lot you have to do to that.
There is no more crazy.
You're right. So it comes with a warranty. That's what I was looking for. So
that's right.
I just sold my first Jeep. I had a YJ, and I put an LS in it.
Oh, nice.
And it became like a race car. So I was having to work on it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
That's what happens, And so I decided it was time for someone else to enjoy it, and I pass it along to someone else. And they're having a ball with it. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and then we got a 4x8. We got a 4x8 in the garage here, and that's the fiance's, and she loves it. And it's a different Jeep.
Oh, they're two different You have the extreme and the other extreme, because you have the biggest engine available and the smallest engine available.
Right.
Absolutely.
And the 4xe, I mean, in an eighth of a mile, it's actually gonna probably beat the 392.
Same torque.
Yeah.
I mean, we race every once in a while at the red lights, her and I do. Just keep up with me until I hit third gear.
Then it's done.
And then it just takes off.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, ghost.
But that active exhaust, the first time I drove one, the first one that came in the area, I got to go down and we covered it for the podcast, and I didn't do anything but giggle the whole time. The video was useless because it was just me giggling.
I know that feeling.
What color do you have?
I got the silver.
Nice. That's the new silver with the JLs looks really nice. It's a little bit darker.
Yep.
It's not a gray, but it looks really nice. I didn't like the JK silver that much.
Yeah.
The billet silver. Yeah, I had that before on another 392. It was a little bit darker. I think this new silver is lighter.
Yeah, it's real nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's new for 2023 for the Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion? Anything new?
Just more vendors, but new vendors. There's a lot of new companies, a lot of companies that just been around for a long time that haven't made it to the event or just now coming. So yeah, you got a lot of new faces coming to the show.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
I think everybody's going to be really impressed with the variety that we have this year.
I can't wait to see it. My favorite thing is to go inside for the air conditioning.
Yep.
I don't care who's inside. I'm just going for the air conditioning.
Well, you got to. You got to take breaks. You got to go. Pace yourself.
Yeah.
Stay hydrated. Just you can't fall out too early. You got to eat your breakfast, eat your Wheaties. You really got to prepare yourself for this event. This is not just some flea market you just stroll with your grandpa at. This is the real deal.
Oh no, you're right. It is the real deal. Now, I had this question right on the tip of my tongue. Installers. Is there an installer's alley again this year?
Yes. So we've moved all the vendors up top to this big parking lot that the Pigeon Forge built, and they told me I could never have vendors up there. And then, well, a year or two later, I'm having vendors up there. But yeah, we moved everybody up there. It's a bigger space, and I've actually had to rent some land next to it. It's an empty lot that they're going to be building hotels on next year.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, I had to rent more space because that parking lot wasn't big enough for what I'm bringing. So we're going to have installers. They're going to have an installer alley. We got Alpine there and some other audio guys and some light guys there. So it's going to be good times.
Oh, that's awesome! I can't wait to.
Yeah.
I can't wait to be there. I mean, it's.
Yeah, Alpine hasn't been to the show since like 2019, and then 2020 happened, and it just really kind of kicked everybody in the nuts a little bit there. So they're coming back strong, and I'm happy to have them back.
Yeah, we know a lot of the guys at Alpine. They're a partner of the shows, and we get to hang out with them at Wildwood, and then we don't get to see them at shows very much.
Yeah,
and now I was disappointed that they weren't going to be there last year, and now they're. Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah. Oh, Roy Meyer there. He's my guy. He's a good guy.
Roy is great.
Roy.
I went over to Alpine when we were down there and just talked to him for like a half hour, and he was like, "You got to go up the peephole."
Yeah, you got to go on top of it.
Yep.
It's like an oven up there on the truck. But I was texting Roy today. Such good people. Matter of fact, they've got a new set of tweeters that they're putting out, and they're sending us the tweeters to talk about on the show, and we'll do an install on somebody's Jeep.
Cool.
Yeah. So that'll be a lot of fun. How can people attend? Is it sold out? Is it how does it happen?
So anybody can attend. You can drive your minivan. You can drive your VW bus over. It doesn't really matter. There's plenty of public parking, and there's a general admission at the door. Adults are 18. Kids get a bit of a discount. Different age groups, and I think 5 and under are free. But yeah, you can walk in. You can check the event out. Our show and shine sold out months ago. We did some tailgate parking that sold out months ago. Just because we just have such limited space for those small sessions of the show, but tons of public parking for everybody. So yeah, drive on up.
I mean, I can say that your show and shine is probably one of the top show and shines around for Jeeps. I mean, mild to wild, everything in between. I mean, Grand Wagoneers on 40s to your mom and pop, wooden side panel to Jeepsters to, everything.
Yeah, we take that show and shine very seriously.
And so do the participants. I mean, they take it very seriously. When they don't win, sometimes it gets kind of ugly, but we definitely. We limit each category, each model. We don't allow the JKs to come in and take over. I could fill up
every spot in that show and shine with JKs, but I will never let that happen.
Yeah.
So we provide enough spaces for all the different generations of Jeeps to be in that show.
All right, that's good that you do.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a Jeep guy. I grew up on Jeeps. My grandfather was a McMinnville, had a CJ5, and that was my first experience when I was like 5. It's just rolling through the fields of McMinnville in a Jeep, and Jeep has been my whole life, and now they got this great show. I mean, I take this thing very seriously, and we want to bring everybody the best show that we can provide.
Yeah, it shows.
I mean, 43,000 people shows.
Yeah, no doubt. That's just crazy. I
Well,
mean,
it's funny. I've been told no so many times. You know, we were talking about going to shows earlier. And I would go to all these off-road shows across the country, and I would tell people, "Hey, I got this little Jeep show doing Pigeon Forge. You should come." And I'm like, "Why would I want to come to your show in Tennessee? Well, I've never even heard of Pigeon Forge. It's next to Gatlinburg." "Oh, okay, yeah, I know where Gatlinburg is." You know.
yeah.
But I had vendors tell me year after year after year, no, 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 and then finally, you know, they catch wind of how great the show is, and they go, "Oh, I guess I do need to come to your show, Justin." Like, yeah, I've been telling you for 8 years, you know.
Right.
So,
Do you have vendors waiting in line, or are you able to accommodate everybody that wants to be there?
just about 3 weeks ago, I rented out another lot next to the parking lot up there outside, so we're able to take in more vendors that we had recently denied. But there was a list going, and thankfully, I was able to work the deal with the landlord to get that land rented for a few days. So yeah, we're pouring them in now, and they're still registering right now. We're up to over 260 right now in the vendor count.
Wow.
It's actually 293, the exact number, but there's about 30 that we support, local businesses that we allow to come into the show, just local businesses and hotels and restaurants that have to promote their local stuff. So.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, I saw some of those last year too. Yeah, that was.
Same.
After hours. Do you partner with businesses and other organizations to do after shows or after parties rather?
We do. One of the 3 or 4 that we've done over the years has been Hard Rock. It was always on our kickoff party on Wednesday, and then that kind of continues on throughout the week. Also, Quaker Steak and Lube, and what used to be TGI Fridays, they're remodeling that place into a different restaurant. But that place has always worked with us for after hours parties, and that one gets really. I mean, all these after parties are just great. I mean, you see a lot going on there. It's worth checking out.
Yeah, you were at the Quaker Steak and Lube last year.
That was insane.
Yeah,
it is controlled chaos once again. I mean, everything, buggies to Jeeps to it's insanity.
Yeah,
it is insanity because we do all these parties, and I used to go to these after parties, but I'm so busy now, I can't even get down to them, so I have to wait and watch them on YouTube to see what happened at my own parties. Yeah, I create all these parties, and I don't get to go to them. It's wild. But another one we got to go to is Junction 35. I do a great one over there.
Okay.
At Mountain Mile Shopping Center.
Yep.
That's a really cool place, really cool bar, really good food, and behind that is our trail course.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I need to check that out. I need a VIP badge to go everywhere.
We both do.
That just and somebody just to drive my Jeep to take me places.
Can we arrange that? I'll drive it. I'll take you places.
All right.
We just need the passes.
Sounds good.
Well, luckily I know a guy. Might be able to help you out there.
Well, that's awesome. Is there anything that our listeners need to know about the show that we haven't already covered? I mean, it's the best show out there.
And some of the best moonshine.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. What I tell a lot of people is just pay attention to our social media. That's where we make all our new announcements. If anything new comes up, because we're working on some stuff right now still. And people keep asking us a lot about our events. There's going to be some sort of an announcement of all the events. And so right now we're just doing one event at a time, releasing those because we're still finalizing those deals. And
right.
Once we get all that together, then we'll make a whole list of events and one announcement.
What's the best social media for people to find that out?
Facebook is where we got a lot of our stuff out.
Oh, right.
Facebook's kind of weird. They've kind of changed some things around. You can hit the About tab and then scroll down and then find the events.
Yep.
That's where all the events are.
All right. I'll put a link to that in the show notes too.
But yeah, a lot of people keep asking us about the calendar of events, and we just haven't released the full page of calendar events yet.
Okay. Because you're still adding stuff.
Yeah. We depend on these other businesses, and sometimes they drag their feet. It's just something we can't really control. We don't want to put anything out and leave someone out of the whole calendar of events. So we're just kind of holding tight right now.
I completely understand that. I'm blown away because I know what it takes in Midland.
Yep.
I've been talking to a few people.
Yep. I
So,
want to change everything out to Midland.
for real.
Sorry, side note.
I can't tell you how much we appreciate you coming on, and I'm going to keep you on after I kick the show off and finish.
Yep.
But man, it's just awesome to hear about your show and to let our listeners know they need to be there.
Oh, it is the show of the year.
I mean, it's a lifetime event. A lot of people go to different things, just to see once in their life. And this is, I would say, you got to at least do it once in your life. I mean, if you're a Jeep fan, this is something that you've got to see.
So I'm gonna make a statement here.
All right, do it.
I would say Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion is like the East Coast-ish Eastern Jeep Safari. Like
all right.
it's.
I could put those if it was a week-long thing, and yes.
No, that's a lot.
And if Jeep brought their new concepts for
I
the
think they
fall,
I think Jeep should just bring the concepts in general.
no
Let
doubt.
me just say this. I've been trying to get with Jeep to bring up their concepts for a few years now. So Jeep, if you're listening, I mean, bring it on, buddy. Let's bring these Jeeps out here and show people what you got.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're calling you out, Jeep.
Magneto
That's right.
3.0 needs to make an appearance.
Yep.
That's right.
Well, Justin, I appreciate you being on. Where can people find us?
Find us. Well, obviously, if you're listening to us right now, you've already found us. But make sure you tell a friend about the Jeep Life podcast because it helps us and it helps you. But you can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, where you can support us for $1, $3, or $5 a month. And that helps us to go to these amazing events and show everyone what they're missing out on our YouTube channel.
Yep.
And also gets all the content out there for everybody.
Absolutely.
So
Our thanks to Justin Murray from Great Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion for hanging out with us tonight. Our thanks to Armorlight for sponsoring this episode and all of our episodes. The toughest floor on the trail. Put that in your rig and you'll never complain about heat or dirt or mud or snow again. I promise. For Breakabilly.
and if you do have it in there, just wash it out.
Oh, yeah. Just hose it out. All right. For Breakabilly, Jeep and Terry, here's a big Jeep wave to you, everybody. Ooh, we survived.